Countries across the globe are racing towards creating smarter cities. And the nation's capital is taking the first step through a partnership with a tech company. To talk more about this initiative is Microsoft's Public Sector Director, Joanna Rodriguez. Joanna, thank you so much for joining us. How do you hope to make Manila a smarter city?
Good evening, Rico, and thanks for having Microsoft. Well, it really is a multifaceted partnership that we're trying to build here, putting in technologies with the City Hall itself on how they can better engage their citizens and even also modernize their own operations. So that's the gist of our partnership, really. But our mission, is, to empower every person and every organization in the planet to achieve more. And we want to do it at the community level, really engaging at local government level with the intent that we're building a more resilient nation from the ground up.
But which specific services in the city of Manila will be improved by using technology?
So one of the things that they've started is really to build digital IDs. And what we're doing is to support that with value-added services, things like skilling. For example, because only with digitally smart citizens can you expect that innovation that's being driven by organizations are actually adopted and used on a daily basis. And then we're also seeing opportunities where some that have lost their jobs or want to upskill themselves can get retrained in the high demand jobs that are available around the world, top 10 emerging jobs. And with a partnership of LinkedIn, Microsoft, and GitHub, we've built learning content for any citizen to take and to upskill themselves in the hopes of better employability.
So with Manila partnering with Microsoft, will this create more jobs in the city?
That is the intention. Really giving the citizens and students, for example, in the public school system, access to technology, access to information, so that they can give themselves new skills to tap on opportunities that are available, digital jobs that are available, also because of the pandemic.
Are you also looking to partner with other cities in the Philippines to level up their digital infrastructure?
Yes, in fact, at this stage, we're actually serving close to 1,000 government units already in partnerships that we have with government, working with the DICT, for example. We're delivering solutions like business permit license systems that sit on Microsoft's cloud platform. So work is actually already happening across many LGUs.
Joanna, how important is it for other cities, Manila, let's say Makati, San Juan, Mandaluyong, or let's say Davao, Cebu? How important is it for them to be interconnected so that we could further boost the economy, which has been impacted by this pandemic over the past 19 months?
It's very important, not only from a best practice sharing, but also that we're seeing great structural transformation that is happening in this generation. And there's really no going back to the adoption levels, the digital adoption levels that we had, say, from 2 years ago. There's only, moving forward. And we're seeing that many organizations, private sector, public sector, are really becoming tech companies themselves in some way, thinking about digital innovation that they can introduce to become more resilient, especially during these difficult times, like you said.
And of course, as you say, these LGUs are becoming tech companies and the mayors are becoming the chief technology officers. But do all of the mayors, the governors, the local officials, are they all on the same page? Do they really want to upgrade their digital infrastructure?
We see it happening across the board, Rico. Every kind of organization, not only government, SMEs, our large conglomerates, all of them, really thinking about purpose-driven projects, solving real life problems with technology. We're seeing it as a trend across every organization in the country and in the world, actually.
But when you talk about technology, Joanna, you talk about these highfalutin terms like artificial intelligence, the cloud, big data. This also costs money. You need budget. Do these cities have the money, the financial resources to ramp up their digital infrastructure?
Many of them do, and it's really about prioritization. Right now, it feels we're not sure when this pandemic will truly end for the country, and so it's become very important, top priority for many decision makers in government and private sector to look at their technology strategy so that they can continue to function in this pandemic.
All right, as you mentioned, the digital platform is also for some of the very, how would you call this, talented individuals who know the digital age. What about the marginalized sector of society? How does this benefit them?
This is actually also the reason why, Rico, that we as Microsoft are so invested in skilling. One of the top pillars of our national plan, which we call Para sa Bayan, is really skilling citizens, because this is how they can keep up with technology innovation that is being introduced by every kind of organization, whether it's in retail, in manufacturing, in delivery of government services. So our skilling, for example, in the last 18 months, I believe we've trained more than 600,000 individuals, because they have to know technology to be able to use technology to function, to access government services, to consume goods, to purchase items online.
Microsoft's Public Sector Director, Joanna Rodriguez, thank you so much for joining us on The Final Word.